Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Millennial Rolodex. Happy New Year. It is officially 2026, guys. I hope everybody had a beautiful New Year's Eve. I hope everybody had a great Christmas as well because we had a Christmas show the week before Christmas, but we didn't have a Christmas show that week, obviously, because we're all so busy during the holidays all the time. But you were in my hearts, everybody. um, so I hope everybody's new year is going great. Not being on social media, I miss the one thing I do miss out on is the memes of things. So whatever memes or whatever is like the cool hip thing, I have to see on my endless scrolling when I get around to it of endless scroll end endless endless scrolling of YouTube, and it just doesn't hit always the same, or you don't always see the memes that pop up. So I don't know if anybody's writing the basic go-to memes of like, uh, all right, happy 2026. This is my year, and then like the next picture is, yep, already waiting for 2027. Those used to be classic memes. Like 2026 is already ruined. So let's go 2027. That's going to be my year. I do find it. So I was thinking about this today. It's so interesting, the new year, right? Everybody has like New Year's resolutions, right? I was over family's house like last week, and we were talking about. I think it might have actually been Christmas Eve. It was on Christmas Eve, and we were like going around the table saying what's our New Year's resolution. And my New Year's resolution, I don't feel like I ever have a New Year's resolution. I think that what it is, like, so I said pretty much like to live a more harmonious life, a more balanced life. And I think everybody says a variation of that kind of same thing, right? Oh, I want to have I'm going to focus on myself, achieving my goals, really doing me, forgetting about all the BS and just going and just doing my thing, right? And I get, what I said obviously was a variation of that. I want to live my life harmoniously. I want to do the things that I always either said or say that I have wanted to do, or continue to do the things that I really enjoy to do. And that really, as I talk about on this show, really balance myself out, right? So, that's obviously like a vague thing. So I guess that's like in anything, people get more specific, like, oh, I want to work out. I want to go to the gym. I want to work out a couple times a week. I want to eat right. I want to drink more water, all that kind of stuff, right? I want to read more. For me, if you know me, I want to. This was something that I said too. I want to go to the movies more and see more movies, read more books, see more art in general. Because that is a culture. That is who we are culturally. People say art is a luxury, but I believe art is a necessity. It's a self expression, and we've always as people, we've always expressed ourselves, whether it's cave paintings from like 50,000 years ago, or I made that number up, but I think that's not far off, or whatever, ancient tools, ancient figures. I want to express myself more, and then also look at different types of expression and different experiences, live life, experience things. I think so much in our lives, we all, I know I'm going on a lot of tangents, so I'm going to try to wrap them all up. But that might not happen. But I feel like in life we always do this thing where we just get into this routine, and then we just keep on doing this routine, and whether that's like, oh, I want to stay home, or I want to just go to work, come right home, go to sleep, watch Netflix, this and that. And it's good to rest and relax, but if you really think about things, we have such a short time on this earth, in this physical form, that we have to live our lives. Like, it's funny, I was thinking about this. There's another thing I was thinking about, and don't worry, I remember the first tangent that I was having, so I'm gonna get back to this. The thing that I was thinking about was, we have this idea of things. Like, we have these ideas of things that we want to do. And I don't know. I guess we just expect ourselves to eventually do them through some osmosis, right? So we just live our lives and we procrastinate and we avoid doing the things that we think in our minds that we're going to do some way or another. And we just think one day, oh, we're going to end up doing it. And if you really think about it, that will never happen. You will never do something if you don't do it. And that sounds so ridiculous, but obvious. Yeah. Oh, you're not going to do something that you don't do? Really? You're a genius, Mike. But what I mean by that is if you don't get up and do it, you're not. It's just, you're never going to do it. And that's something that I kind of been thinking about recently because this goes along with the new year as well. Every day, this is what I was thinking about originally, about like New Year's resolutions and all that stuff. We all have New Year's resolution, that saying, new year, new me. And the new year it's so weird. It is a blank slate of things, right? It was 2025. Now it's 2026, day one. So now everything you do this year is for the first time. And now like January 1st. So I started January 1st going running every day. And now you could literally mentally say 2026, I went running every single day. Even if you go running for the first 3 days, January 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now in your mind, it's, oh, this is 2026. This is a whole new time. And I think that is a culturally significant. That is a culturally significant, but it's also a self-significant thing because something about the new year starting, a new year starting over, makes all of us think that. Makes it not us think, but it makes it easier for us to say, oh, we're going to start to do something this year that we've been wanting to do. We're going to start to do this. My resolution is X, Y, and Z. And that's real, even if that is something that sounds funny, right? Because 2025 was just yesterday and we could have done it yesterday, which is true. And this is something that I also was pondering, 2025, you could have done it. You could have started it yesterday, and you could start anything you want at any moment. You could start it, on March 11th. You could start a diet. You could start working out. You could start writing. You could start podcasting. You could start whatever you want to do on March 11th. I just use that as a random date, but it could be any date. The day you truly feel like starting to do what you want to do, because once again, so this is going to connect, even though 2026, January 1st, the new year, it's significant because we all feel like we have that reset that now we have a blank slate. We could do whatever we want to do. Every day is a blank slate. Every day is a new day that you could do that. It's just harder for us to understand that because yesterday, Tuesday, I ate like shit and I just laid down and I didn't move my body at all and I just went to work and came home. So now Wednesday I have to do the same thing. No, Wednesday's a completely new day. You could do it's a reset. It's a clean slate. So every day is a clean slate is what I mean to say. So any day you could start to do whatever you want to do. But that being said, obviously why not start today, which is January 1st, and I do notice too, and I do feel this, I'm verbalizing it. I do feel that this is a real feeling that we all have. Like, all right, I have that feeling. Oh, it's a blank slate now. Now I can start to really do whatever I want to do. And now it's easier for my mind to connect with my heart and be like, all right, I am on the right track because I've had these healthy habits all of 2026, even though 2026 is just another day. This whole week, starting on Monday, which was 2025, it's even in the middle of the week. So it is hilarious. It was New Year's Eve and the first day of the New Year's on Thursday. So on Thursday, that's when you're going to start your new you, so to speak. And I think that's very interesting. But yeah, all that to say, start doing whatever you're going to do because it is a blank slate, guys. Because in my opinion, every day is a blank. Every new day is a blank slate, and you could do whatever you want to do. So I always thought that was so interesting. And then also too, if we want to talk about energy, the energy of New Year's Eve is so crazy. Just that countdown and all of us going forward and we're watching the ball drop 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. All of that energy is focused, is so intentional onto something. And it's just, it's a very euphoric feeling. Personally, it's very euphoric because to me, to verbalize it, to me, it's like we've made it another year. I guess it's just a marker to say we've made it another year. And we've all been through crazy shit as a culture, as a society, and as individuals. So I just think that's so interesting that it's like an end to a year story, right? Like, 2025, you look at it as a story, and December 31st is the end to it, at 12 o'clock. And even though it sounds silly, and it is silly, honestly, a little bit, there's that duality there, but it is true. It is like, it's just anytime a bunch of people have all their energy faced on one focal point, which this happens to be 12 midnight on December 31st, there's some kind of thing like, oh wow, we all made it together. And it actually kind of it really does remind me, was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago, of that eclipse that happened, and it was on the news. Everybody was like getting ready for it, getting their glasses for it, and the eclipse happened, or the eclipse was going to happen. And I remember being at work because it happened during the day, and I'm in Midtown Manhattan with all these corporate companies, with all these big hedge funds and Fortune 500 companies, and it really reverted everybody to like a child. I noticed everybody had like a childlike innocence at that point. I saw people go outside the buildings with the glasses and look up, really come together as one, and just in the amazement of nature and what nature could do, and the skies and and the skies, nature and the sky, and what really a mysticism that's out there that is not explainable by this physical world that we hold ourselves to so much, and that was a beautiful thing. Even so, like, people were nicer, and some people were crying, some people were just laughing. It was such a beautiful experience to see grown people, middle-aged people, really. Obviously it's more the middle-aged people that were looking at it, but to see all sorts of like business white collar people who, in my opinion, which maybe it's not it's definitely not it's not a consensus, but it may be a little bit ignorant, but like from what I've noticed, maybe do see the world in a black and white. They see the world more in a black and white thing, and not a color, like colorful. They don't see the world in a color or gray area. It's just numbers, black and white, money, objects, things. And at least for a large part of their day, they're wrapped up in that world of the aesthetic, and then to go see something that we don't have control over, something that is just a natural phenomenon that's beautiful, and we could all just share in it together. That was really beautiful to see. And then people, like I said, people were nice. Like some lady offered me, she's like, "Here, you want to see it?" And she handed me her glasses. So I stepped outside for a second and looked out through looked to the eclipse, and it was beautiful, and you feel like everybody was just there for each other. And that's kind of what it felt like that's what it feels like with New Year's Eve. And it's funny because we were watching Times Square. We were out in Long Island. I say in Long Island, not on Long Island, like real Long Islanders. So I don't care. We're in Long Island at my cousin's house, and we counted down. We all said hi. We all said Happy New Year. We said hi to each other. We all said Happy New Year to each other, hugged, and we're watching Times Square, and everybody's like staring just at the ball, like crying. Everybody does their New Year's Eve kiss, their hugs. They're saying, they're just sharing in the moment, and that's kind of was very similar. It felt very similar. Another thing too, which is actually kind of like not depressing, but maybe a little bit of a bleak thing, but was 9/11. It felt the same way too. People coming together and being as one. It wasn't a happy thing, but it was people coming together, And people were. I remember I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and sixth grade. It was the safest New York has ever felt, and the more I felt like there was such a camaraderie at that point. So I don't know. It's these big events that happen. I feel that bring people together. Bring us together and make us really feel like we are what is really important is to be around family and friends and partake in this world. There's something that is inside of us. I feel that we really we're trying to express all the time, and we're trying to experience, and then when these big things happen and it like kind of makes us slow down and really focus on ourselves and our and just our life. And I honestly, I it's very optimistic. I feel very optimistic, and I feel very good about this year. Whatever it brings, whatever it brings, because I feel great about. I'm bringing it all around now. I feel great about every day, whatever our days bring, and I just know, like, we're all in it together. Really, at the end of the day, we are all in this together, and we all are here to experience this beautiful life that we have. So, hit me up. Let me know what your New Year's reses are. Mine, I'll run through mine real quick off the top of the dome. See more movies, read more books, write a script, film a movie, podcast consistently, which I'm doing right now. Get what was it? Get in shape, work out every day, which I've been doing, working out a little bit every day, stay in shape, and eat right. And that's pretty much it. Be a better husband, brother, uncle, son, nephew, grandson, friend. And that's it. I love you guys. And this was a short one, but I think a good one. And Happy New Year. And may 2026 bring us all the beauty that we deserve. Love you guys.